Then I'd like to ask Basil. Okay, so Basil, you are surrounded by. Aren't you excited that now you are surrounded by two of the largest MNO provider in the region? But you as a smart device provider, right? I think your view on how we can accelerate IoT adoption will be very unique and probably important to our audience, because I think there are a lot of device manufacturers in the audience. So, two questions, right? Internally, what features or what attributes do you think is essential for a smart device to be popular, to be necessary for mass adoption? Number one. Number two, what is the wish list on the micro environment, on the government, on your friends beside you, to the MNOs? What do you wish that they can provide so that you can be qualified for massive IoT adoption?
Okay, try again. Actually, yes, I'm very excited to be sitting beside Pat Kendra and Mr. Hunt. Actually, I know Indosat quite well. I used to work for the Ooredoo Group, and they are a very innovative company, and so very good to see them here. And for Viettel, they're a very, very progressive company. I remember many years ago, I used to work for Nokia, and we sold the first ever 3G system to Viettel. And now they've expanded to become a regional and a global player, and they're going to make great strides across the region. So anything they do here in Vietnam, I'm sure will be taken across the region. So very, very good. As far as what's going to drive take-up, actually it comes back to three, I think, fundamental things. But number one, especially in this part of the world, is cost, right? So back to you with your challenge, but we've got to get the chipsets at the right price. We've got to get the power usage down so that operationally we can put a battery in and it's going to last for years. Last things these guys want is to have to send expensive technicians out into the field to replace batteries. We don't want that. We want batteries that are going to last for years, which means clever engineering, low power usage. And I think the third important thing that we need to be very aware of is security. So high security is very important. When you're running complicated telecom networks, the last thing you want is security breaches. So for our part, we've been working with a company called ST Engineering. They're partly owned by the Singapore government. They do our back-end IT platform. And they're trusted enough. They do most of the military engineering for the Singapore government, and a very capable and secure company, and a very good partner for us to work with. So security is very important for us, and we absolutely need to get that right. So in terms of the second part of your question about what's the big wish list, actually, as I said earlier, GSM was much easier. There was a global standard, a handful of companies, it was enormously profitable, but they're the good old days, right? So we can forget that. It's much more complicated now, tens of thousands of players, hundreds if not thousands of governments, multiple regulators, different spectrum bands, all sorts of complexity. So I think for sure it'd be great if the government and the regulators would free up the spectrum and make it available for these new technologies. And of course, if they provide tax breaks, etc., that's fantastic. But at the end of the day, I think it's up to us, right? If we rely on the government, if we sit back and wait for the government to make this happen, it's never going to happen. So it's up to the individuals in this room to work with practical solutions that get out there and save money or drive revenue, and then the economics will take over and drive that solution. So we need to drive it.
Thank you. So over to our last panelist, Mr. Hong. So I know Viettel